glasses.
Confetti.
I know. It's just been, for me, the last week has been amazingly horrible. I'm finally feeling like myself again.
Well, we are happy.
I bet you are.
No, you're fine. I think all of us can relate to what you're saying. I mean,
it was a rough week, I have to say.
A part of the transformation that you were talking about as moving into is, it's not always easy, right?
It's not.
Yeah.
And we're constantly reminded.
Yeah. So.
Do it or die.
Yeah.
Cancel that.
But that's the thing,
I meant it jokingly.
We can appreciate the sunny days when we've had the rainy ones, right?
Yes. But it just feels so good to realize that you're yourself again.
Yes.
Because it was dark. It was not good. It wasn't, and I know it was negativity that was doing it too.
Oh, I understand you perfectly.
Guys.
We understand you.
Yeah.
Totally.
Whenever you came yesterday to the door and you peeked in, I was thinking, I bet you she's wondering, I wonder which Vera is going to be here today.
No.
You're so nice. Okay, here we go. This is a bunch of mix mash of a bunch of different stuff, right?
So we have some friends. Hi, Nana.
Oh, hey, Nana.
Tiffany, Tack.
Tiff. Hola, hola.
Yay.
Hola, hola, Isabel.
Yeah, we do have a lot of different things going on.
Yes, let's go.
And real quick, I just wanted to say, we also have a lot coming up as far as classes.
Yes.
So
we have up to 6 months worth of classes up.
We have them on SE at soulsenlightenment.com, and we also have them on our nonprofit at SESouls.org.
Yeah.
So they're different classes. So whether it's tarot classes coming up this month and Dream Analyzed, which is this month.
Yes.
We also
I love
have
that class.
Intuitive Ability. We've got Past Lives.
Angels and
Yes, we
spirit
have
guides.
On the nonprofit at SESouls.org. We have the connecting with your angels and spirit guides, as well as colors and chakras. So you name it, we got it.
We do. Toyota.
Yeah. Yay,
Roxanne.
aloha. And then, of course, if you would like to join us for our spiritual gathering tomorrow, you can check that out at SESouls.org also. It's free and it's fun.
Definitely for beginners. Definitely. The crystal class. Yes. And how do you know when a dream is just a dream? All dreams are not just dreams. They do represent something. So if you think that it's a premonition, then I would just write it down and see what happens. But sometimes it's just a working out dream. Sometimes it's like an issue that you're going through that you try to work it out subconsciously before you have to manifest physically. So, yeah. It's never just a dream.
Yeah. It's amazing how we even have a log of our dreams on the other side. That really blew my mind when Angus told us that through you. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we're just working out, like you just said, through whatever we're going through in our life, it's just amazing that it's always recorded there too.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see how we're doing, how we did, working through things.
I want to do a numerology class really bad.
And then how we remember past lives and people that we have in our life from other times, even though, it's just really amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's all up here, right?
Yeah.
In the soul.
This thing doesn't want to work.
Tell us about your beautiful crystal today, Vera.
Oh, my beautiful crystal, Moldavite. And then I have my little charger, the Herkimer diamond that Chrissy got me.
That's the only diamond I can afford.
John got me this one for our 49th anniversary.
That's so
because these are expensive. The Moldavite is very expensive if it's real. If it's not expensive, it's not real. Let's put it that way. And then the Herkimer is expensive too because really they're just really small. So yeah. But expense doesn't mean that they're, always that. Well, no, they are great. They all are great. I take it back.
Hi, Nat.
Hi, Nat.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Hi, Neat. Yay. Flowers.
Our log, what? Our log is because to keep us on track. What log?
I think she's talking about our dream log.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does. It helps us it does help us stay on track. It does. Hi, neat.
So
how's your mama?
Yeah.
And you.
Hi, Sammy.
And the family, because when mama's down, the whole family's affected. Not that Papa doesn't count.
Of course, but yeah. Our moms are our heart.
Yeah.
Papa's
And
too.
our dads are our butts.
No, I just kidding. We'll edit
I
that
never
part
got
later.
hit. I never got hit.
No, we're just teasing.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Oh, it's cute.
See, aren't you guys glad I'm back? Okay, what else do we have?
Okay, that's it.
Oh, good.
And now we have so much to talk about today.
Uh-huh.
Shall we get started with Dusty's first
Dusty
question?
Arnold has 3 questions in a row that were
Okay.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, so let's start off with the first one.
Okay.
Okay, so this was back in the summertime when Charles Daniels had just passed
Charlie
away.
Daniels.
Charlie Daniels, thank you.
You're welcome.
Charlie Daniels.
Well, it's still Charles.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Oh, I digress. Go.
Anyway, and Dusty was asking if you could do a past life on him, on Charlie Daniels. You know, Charlie Daniels.
Yeah,
The one
band.
who did...
The Devil went
Devil
down
went
to
down
Georgia.
to
I
Georgia.
love that.
Still.
I told you guys I used to clean my house to that album.
I like that. I've always liked that song.
I love
it's
it.
It's just cool.
And I used to have people stop in front of my house and yell out, "What album are you listening to?"
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, Dusty, the thing
Emily.
I got for Charles, oh, my baby. Oh, that's the wrong baby, but you're still my baby. It's not Emily E. Okay. The most what I got from Charlie Daniels is that most of his past lives were with music. He just, anything that he could do, he did banjo, he did harmonica, he did all kinds, not just guitar or...
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Did he write that song? The Devil Went Down
I
to
have no
Georgia?
idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Probably not, but it's a good one. And he was always on the road or a drifter or a cowboy, but it was always singing. Singing was his theme. So
You could picture him out on the range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
serenading his horse.
Yeah, I mean, he was a country
Yeah.
singer. Well, yeah, country singer in
But
this
he
life.
did
so-
write his music when he was like on the road in these past lives. Because any experience he had, he would write about it or make a song about it.
See, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Expressing. I love that. I love it. I love the artistic ways that we express what we're going through, whether it's heartache or
But you
triumphs.
know, the thing about him too is that everywhere he went, he left his mark.
With
It's like
song?
with a song, or that he helped somebody, or he beat somebody up, or he made his mark. He made his presence known, and then he would go off to the next adventure.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's like at all in this life, or was in this life, but that's what I picked up on him. He was who he was, and if you didn't like it, move out of the way.
So he lived his life to the fullest.
To the fullest. Sometimes over full. But then that's what we do, don't we?
Yeah, but that's good. Not
Yeah.
being afraid to
Right.
live, to take chances,
Yeah.
to do it while we're here.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
cool. Okay, you ready for
But
the next
actually,
question?
Charlie Daniels in this lifetime was his biggest life in terms of, if you want to say, fame. But his most important lives were other lifetimes, not this one. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
We've talked about that so much. You've talked about it so much, where a lot of the times, so many times, we have these famous, magnificent leader lives, but what matters to us the most might be something over here where we were poor or whatever, right?
Right.
And what we learned in that life. Okay, Vera, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's
Dusty's
still
next
Dusty.
question. Speaking about birthmarks, I was born with a speech impediment disability and had years of therapy to communicate very well. What does that mean for birth defects?
Well, I mean, birth defects are or can be part of a past life that you had an experience with that you may have brought some negativity in or positivity. It's not always negative. Just because it's it's something horrific that happened, it's still something that gave us impetus for a gold coin or a gold star or whatever, what gold leaf. What I'm
There
trying
it
to do.
is, the gold leaf on the other side. Yes.
Yeah. And the things that you would never think that you were getting a gold leaf for, you get. So, she had a speech. She had a beautiful voice before, and she was able to. She was one of these that could. Poetry was her thing. She was a poetress, or loved poetry, and would speak it all the time. And she made it up. She made up her own poetry, but her mother did not like it. Her mother was like a Puritan.
Wow.
Very strict, and she was so loving and fancy free, and she was always putting her down, and telling her how stupid she was, how stupid and how ignorant, that kind of stuff.
So wrong.
To where she eventually couldn't speak. She just stopped talking. So that's hopefully in this lifetime, you talk all the time, girl.
Yes.
Or boy, whichever one you are. I think it's a girl though. So, yeah. So that's another example of you don't allow someone to dim your light.
Heck yeah.
Because she was miserable. I mean, that was her life. That was her life, to be able to, and she would have people gather around her in the town or something, and her mother just hated it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
She said that it was the devil coming out.
Oh, for God's sakes, what fear that woman had.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But that's how some people are just so afraid and everything's bad.
Yeah.
Even expressing herself.
But see how you're helping yourself in this lifetime, because you have that speech therapist and, helping you to. But once you let that go of that negativity that mother had, then you're going to speak so much better anyway.
It's so cool.
But it does help still.
Even when you just said, just let that go, it made me feel like,
yeah.
Oh, I just feel better.
You've been there, done that. You don't have to have that in your current lifetime.
Yes, so. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
That's like with the stuttering thing and being afraid to talk for being ridiculed. You get afraid to say anything. Yes. I'm talking from my own experience. I'm just saying.
That's why Chrissy talks a lot.
Exactly. I'm making up for lost time.
No, you don't. You don't.
I hope that wasn't too loud of a laugh in their ears.
Who cares? It was a laugh.
But yeah. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Tasha.
Do we have a Cindy question?
We do have a Cindy
That
one.
is just so perfect synchronicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have one of your questions
we have
today,
one more.
Cindy. Okay, so we have another Dusty question. Let's go find it.
I know our introduction to this show was like, so many things going on.
Okay, you ready, Vera?
I'm ready.
Okay, now
this one's fast.
This is interesting because so many of us have wondered about this. Oh man, talk about heavy. Dusty's asking, I have an interesting question. What about the old guy, Joe, the Night Stalker?
The original Night Stalker.
The original Night Stalker.
The
Golden State Killer,
with, Richard Ramirez. Because Richard Ramirez was doing things at the same time. And they called him the Night Stalker, but actually, old Joe was the original Night Stalker, but he moved out. He moved and went somewhere else to do his bad stuff. So I just wrote down, I'm reading it, and I just wrote down, well, they finally caught Jack the Ripper.
Yes. Yes.
He was
so
Jack the
what
Ripper.
You're saying is...
He was Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, this guy...
Former cop.
Yeah, and it makes
That's why he
perfect
never
sense.
got caught.
Doesn't that make perfect sense? Because in this lifetime, here he is a cop. Yay! Our hero. In other words, the bringer of goodness, all goodness.
Why is it so dark?
Oh, there's no sweet cream.
Oh.
That's okay.
I forgot to say sweet cream.
Excuse us.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
I don't need straws.
Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Not today.
Okay. That's Vera's husband, John.
Thank you.
He's the bringer of goodness. Cheers.
Well, I'm going to like it. I don't know if you will.
Oh, I will. Hey, it tastes great. Okay.
This is with a lot of shot. Hey!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is that I drink
Which one got this shot? The extra shot?
All right, so this is amazing. And it's just really fascinating how, as we all know by now, this Night Stalker guy knew how to always be one step ahead of the law because he was in law enforcement. He was a police officer.
mine. Sorry.
So, of course, that makes me wonder if was Jack the Ripper a part of the law enforcement in that lifetime?
I don't know. They said that they thought he was a doctor.
I thought about that too because of what he did to the women.
Yeah.
But do you feel anything about whether he was in law enforcement or as a doctor in that lifetime?
No, he was something prominent. Just it was the same kind of scenario,
same
just
kind of
different.
thing.
Yeah. Hi, Sharon.
But you know what I really love is what you pointed out. Finally, this guy got caught.
Hi, Vlogs.
He didn't get caught in the past life, but at least he got caught in this lifetime. And I find that awesome that, this is a time of revelation, isn't it? This is a time of transparency.
The time of the Phoenix. That's
And-
what I'm calling 2021.
Yes.
It's the time of the Phoenix.
There we go. We'll show him in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like finally, that's what the time that we're living in now is everything coming to the surface. And this evil was exposed
Yes.
with this individual.
And
I'm so
how it
happy.
happened was so extraordinary, too, because he hasn't been caught for years and years and years and years.
I mean,
But his granddaughter did Ancestry.com, and then she had the FBI at her door going,
yes, because of the DNA.
So you get your comeuppance one way or the other, here or on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call
Fascinating.
it. All right. Well, it's going faster than I thought.
I know it is. I keep
That's
seeing
good for
the
you.
Phoenix. See how cool is that? So, Cindy, this is beautiful new canvas. I want to show them closer. Let me take it down.
Oh, yeah, this is
Okay,
extra
so
shot.
this is the goddess that I just created. Of the, it's a goddess of personal power that we talked about not long ago, and all this.
And all her spiritual glory.
Yes, all the fiery glory. You can find her at our soulsenlightenment.com. But anyway, so what I wanted to just mention really quick is that all my art is based on the concepts that Vera gives us from the other side. So this is interpretation, an artistic representation of feeling our personal power.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that a lot more later
Yeah.
because we might be having a podcast later, right, Vera?
Yes, we will.
Okay. And of course, you can listen to that on our website too. Talk amongst yourselves as I hang this back up. Okay.
Oh, let's see, what else? I know they're vivid. I love it like that. You're very talented, Chrissy.
Well, we make a great team.
Yeah.
So, all right, Vera, are you ready for?
Did Neat ever say how her mom was doing? Can you go back?
Yes, let's go see.
I don't know if she said anything. It was nice to see you again, Vlogs.
She says, "Mama's still in ICU. She's okay, having a hard time bringing up a lot of the
Yeah. The mucus and stuff.
being Archangel Raphael.
Yay.
Good. Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Sarah. Well, welcome. It's our first
Oh.
time.
Yay! Awesome.
Hi, Mario.
Okay.
Do we already say hi to Tiff? Yeah, we did at the
Yeah, we
beginning.
did.
All right.
Tasha.
Next one is, I believe, Cindy
All right,
Love.
and Stephanie. Thank you. Okay, so you ready for Cindy Love's question?
Yes.
Let's get on over there now. Okay.
I
Here we
had to
go.
Take mine with yours and yours with mine.
Got you.
That's going to taste a lot better.
Okay. All right. So Cindy's question is,
Oh,
I would like to know if my son lost his right hand in a past life. He has a birthmark that looks like a knife went through the wrist, like the shape of an eye. He is disabled and doesn't use that arm or hand much. It's as almost like he doesn't have it. Thank you.
yeah.
And thank you for the question.
Yes.
So that's a fascinating one.
Yeah, it is. He had a past life, and he was this renowned. Well, he was going to be. He was a very talented pianist. So his whole life was I'm not going to bring it up.
Oh.
His whole life was about the piano.
I was wondering if that's where you were going with it.
I'm not going to bring it up.
I almost brought it up earlier, so don't feel bad.
And he used to compose his own music as well too. So, but he was starting to get a lot of people interested in him, and this was like in Austria somewhere. It was beautiful, beautiful landscape. It was just beautiful where you guys lived, and you were there. Your husband in your current lifetime was his father. You were his mother in that past life. And because of his immense talent, he was able to get, it's one of the, what do you call them, pastors from the church, knew somebody in another province or it's like he went from Austria to France or something. He went far away to learn. It was an academy of performing arts, kind of. I don't know if they called it that back then, but that's what he was. And he went there, but before he left,
oh my God, he loves music, and he composes his own music.
Oh, so cool. Okay,
I'm sorry.
All right.
Distraction.
Yes. Okay, but in the life that he had with you guys, with you and your husband, it was a beautiful life. He had so much love. He had all the food that there was nothing that was traumatic at that point.
I see.
It was just a lovely life, and then he had all this beautiful talent. So then he went away to this new school, and that's where the challenges begin. Because he was tormented by the other students that were jealous of his talent. He was taunted. He was beat up. He was just, because he was a farmer's son. He wasn't a rich, the upper class.
How weak. It's just cowardly to do that.
How many times have we heard, this is like an old kind of story, but it's his story too. So, your husband in that past life, or your husband now actually too, he was of the ilk where he didn't want you to baby him. Your son that was famous for piano, and she was like, he walked, and the skies opened up. It was total opposite. The father wanted him to toughen up, and the mother was like, "Oh, I adore you."
Yeah, right.
Right. So he went away to the school, and then he met a girl.
Okay.
And that was his muse. He was enamored with her. She was kind. She didn't put him down. She was a very wealthy family, and she had a beautiful voice. So he would compose music for her to be able to sing with him playing. And they were going to become, the teachers were ecstatic.
Wow, I'm getting chills.
I am too.
They
were ecstatic. Yeah.
Wow.
Because of how well, they performed together. They were just like, they just melded, wow. And it was really,
so neat.
It was a friendship more on her part, but on his part, he was falling in love with her.
No, I'm sure.
But she was getting that way too. It just hadn't met yet. So this one particular boy, though, that was the leader of all the taunting, he was the one most jealous of him.
So he was just jealous.
Yeah, and really he was like number one before this kid came in.
I see. So yeah, jealousy.
So he did everything that he could to make sure this child knew that the girl was using him, was making fun of him, was doing everything. He did everything he could to ruin his confidence, his everything. It was just, it's almost like he knew how to do it. It was like, it was actually ugly. He knew when to pounce. He knew, it was ugly. So,
that is ugly.
So then, without his muse and without the love and with all this torment, he just figured, well, I can't play anymore. I cannot play for, if she doesn't love me, if she doesn't care about me, there's no reason to play. And just went into a really dark place. But at that time, somehow the girl was sent away. This kid did something to get the girl sent back home for something. Like it was an emergency, and there was no emergency.
God.
Like she was out of the picture. She couldn't come and tell him, you know. And then she had to leave so fast, she couldn't tell him. Right. So he was thinking, I have nothing to live for. I'm done. No one cares about me here. And it was all about, being in that bubble where you just think nothing's going to help. Nothing's going to work.
Right.
And then, so he decided to end his life. And he did slice his wrist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he did it with such fury and such angst and such pain that his hand was decapitated. Can you say that?
Well, we know what you're talking about.
Okay, but I don't think it's called decapitation.
But we know what you mean.
His hand was cut off.
Right.
And, almost off. And there was no way that they could put it back, right? So from there, he did not die. And actually, the guy that found him was the one that was doing all this to him. I don't know how, but somehow he found him and they were able to save him. But because of the injury, he lost most of his arm because of gangrene.
Right.
Kept setting in and all that stuff. So,
wow.
Yeah. But then he went home to his mother and father and where all the love was, and that he was starting to thrive. And then guess who comes?
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
And she's still coming. She's coming into his life.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm so happy right now. This should be like a movie.
Yes. I should be a script writer.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, what a great
he ended up
ending.
thriving. He thrived, but he still missed his music, but then he still had her.
Oh my gosh.
He had her he couldn't play. Right. But he played as much as he could. But he still composed music for her. Yeah. So it ended. It was a happy ending. Yeah. Happy. Well, except for that part. But then he realized what love really was. And then realized. So he went through all of this.
Wow.
But that's you got to find a way to come back to love.
Right.
Even though it took you an arm.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the amazing gift in that story is the love.
It's love.
That even though he lost his arm, I would imagine, I don't know for sure, but that he wouldn't trade it, because if he didn't have the experience, then he would not have her.
Yeah, exactly.
And the love, so that's an amazing story.
And I did not, because we didn't have enough time for me to finish this. Because before it was 1:00, right? And we had to hurry up and get on. Well, I only got to the part where his arm was cut off. And I thought, oh, God, poor guy. But then everything worked out.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and they were happy. They had children. It was awesome.
And I just wanted to make the point that no matter what happens to us, whenever there are evil things that happen, that people do, whether it's through jealousy or whether it's the evil of this Night Stalker, Jack the Ripper entity, they can still not take everything from us, because even in that, despite all the dark times that we go through, there is still that beautiful pearl, that beautiful jewel that they can't take from us. That is the love, or whatever, that love, no matter what, we still have that.
Exactly. But Cindy's going, hubby still expects him to suck it up in this life. That is so cute. And I am, you can do it. It hasn't changed.
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Wow. But yeah.
All right, one more.
I love that. Do we have another one?
Yes.
Okay. So it's Vanessa?
Vanessa B.
Okay, so she's down here, I take it? Mm-hmm. How far?
I don't know where she is.
Okay, so let me just check. I'll find her.
She's on after 1921.
Okay, let me find her. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves now.
You want me to read it?
I got it right here.
Okay.
Here she is. Vanessa B. I have 3 birthmarks on 3 different cool, crazy parts on me. I have one very close to my left eye. It's a small circle and brown. I also have one above my lips on the mustache area. It's very small, like a circle, of course, and brown. I also have one on my back on the left side, and that's a little big, circle and dark brown. Kind of when I look in the mirror, I turn to the left side of my body, so my eye birthmark and my back birthmark looks like they match. in a line somehow, if that makes sense. And it does make sense. So we would love to know, Vera.
Yeah, and for those that haven't asked about birthmark questions yet, as much information as you can give is great, because I'm getting some that says, I have the same exact birthmark in the same place. I don't know what video you saw.
Right, yeah.
And it's too time consuming to have to go back and
You have
look
to
at.
go look and see which, so
and
and listen to where that birthmark
not enough
was.
information, I'm going to have to just cross it off. So if you can just at least say where it is, how big it is, what color it is, that kind of stuff, that would be great. Okay, so this is for Vanessa. And then here's another performing arts thing. She was a prolific dancer, and she loved to move. She reminds me of Mariana. She just loves movement. To her, that's meditation. For Vanessa, it was more of a spiritual experience for her in dance. But the troupe that she was with, they took it to be more exotic than spiritual.
Right.
And then
It's funny how the interpretation of different people interpret it in different ways.
But she did interpretive dance. And they wanted her to do the dances that were choreographed.
I see.
And she
was in her zone?
She was in her zone, is for sure. So motion was her mantra, I put. So that's a good one. So and then her movements told a story. It's like you could tell what she was going through whenever she was doing the dancing.
Wow, that's
cool. They told you couldn't make it, get lost, we don't want you around. But she actually started her own company of intuitive dance. And she could not stress enough, and if you weren't able to do this, that it was a spiritual experience. And if the dancer didn't have a spiritual experience, she wanted it, even if they were the best dancer technically.
Very cool.
She didn't want that. She wanted them to express themselves.
I love it. Yeah.
So
that's
she didn't make it big, but it's just kind of like Cindy Love's son. Mm-hmm. It was what she did make was her own little world, and she was the bomb.
And she did it her way. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. It doesn't matter how big or small. It's that you feel fulfilled and you're following what you really love and care about. That's I just really put it. Awesome.
You made a life for yourself and doing it organically. Vera loves organic. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I keep telling people do it organically.
Yes.
So I just you go girl, and it's a reminder, because those 3 birthmarks for you represent freedom. That's really what it is. And it's a reminder to be able to move to the beat of a different drummer, and that you can still fulfill your life. You may not be like a multimillionaire, but you're fulfilled. You're happy. Exactly. You're making people happy, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, that's what our life is all about. Doesn't matter how big. It doesn't have to be big. As long as our world could be this big.
Yeah, yeah.
And as long as we touch people and live all that we want in that world, that's perfect.
Exactly.
You know what I mean.
We do.
In our life.
Yeah. That's all I have today.
That's very awesome.
Ladies and gents.
Well, thank you for telling us all about these different past lives. I'm very happy that one individual was finally caught. That karmic boomerang finally comes back.
You get your comeuppance.
The karmic boomerang will always come back. And now, like Angus was talking about through you, Vera, is that
I'm listening.
It is. Oh no, I know, but
Okay.
I just.
It doesn't seem like I am, but I am.
Oh no, I believe you.
Because Chrissy always grabs me when she knows I'm not listening. Yeah, I gotcha.
But it's that time of revelation and reckoning.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about that time
a lot
of
of reckoning
because that seems to be coming out in the news a lot now. It's like, okay, what are you going to stand for? After these last 5 years?
No, do not put your address in the comment section. Can you send it to Christina at
soulsenlightenment.com. Yeah.
Yes, please do not put it.
That would be great.
Yeah. I know. We said that already. Yeah, you can show it.
Yeah.
Or give it to Sammy. Yeah, either one. One of them. Mm-hmm. Sammy or Chrissy, and Chrissy will get the
art print. Yeah. I'll send out the art prints to you. That would be
just joining.
Going out
Did we
soon.
talk about the birthmark yet? Yes, we did. We're done.
Yeah.
Get her done. Synchronistic ghost.
Later on tonight, we hope to have our podcast.
Yeah.
Later on tonight, we hope to have our podcast on our website. We have a little vlog podcast button on our website, so you can listen to that later on.
Why does she want to cry? Why do you want to cry?
Hopefully, it's a good cry.
Oh.
Hopefully, it's a happy cry. So.
Why does she want to put her address? That's a bigger question. I'm like, oh no, don't do that. But why is she doing that?
I think it's for art.
Oh, she's buying art?
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, Vera, was there anything else?
Oh, Tiffany, that's very sweet. Aw. She's buying it for Neat.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's so sweet to share the love, right? Share the light and the love. That's awesome. We love you guys.
We did Cindy Love, and we did Vanessa B, and then we did Dusty. Birthmarks.
Yes. Yeah, we did a lot already, so.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I got them all.
Very cool. Awesome.
Can you put it back?
Yes.
So we can see who's saying bye.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yes, we didn't. What was Angus's whore?
Did you ever name his horse?
Obsidian.
Yes, Obsidian.
Obsidian won.
Yep. Won the contest.
Yeah. Who won the contest?
I
know Kirk
Jackie,
did,
right?
But somebody else got it because Kirk couldn't
right.
win.
Yeah, that's for the runner-up.
Yeah.
It's Jackie, I believe.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, we love you too.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
And we'll be back with a podcast later.
And we'll see many of you tomorrow for our spiritual gathering.
Yeah.
That's on Zoom, of course. So if you want to sign up for that, you can just go to sesouls.org under events, and there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Love you all. And Vera?
Journey with us. Love who you are.